into a gamer that who he really is. Even though I feel a little...
He was sort of a jerk, though, if you think about it.
Yes,
I mean... the first season.
Yes, he was I'm a soloist. Yeah. I don't need you.
Like, I appreciate when he was just saying that he was a beta tester, and he was supremely better than the beta tester.
Yes, thinking, I'm the greatest. But the one thing I didn't like at first in the bridge is how they introduced Asuna to be an idiot. Because she thinks HP was something you get for other things I'm not going to say since we're trying to keep the PG. But then she becomes total yandere. That was... It was like, I couldn't think how she could do that.
I mean, I'm a fan of the original series, like, by far, but in my opinion, the Bridge series is actually doing better.
Yes, I think it gave it more justice.
The characters just seem a lot more lifelike, like instead of the Kiryu being like, you know, oh, I'm going to save her when you cannot be
because I'm like, I don't care!
He's pretty much like, you know, like, and the thing I like about it the most is the actual deaths of his companions has a far bigger effect on them.
Oh yeah, especially Sachi and Bridge, because they made her that laggy gamer out in the middle of Hickland. And the one person who takes an NPC into outside the confines. It's like, why do you do that?
And like the big thing is, I mean, the episode when they came out, looking at the first season, and they actually they decided to try to give Kaiba an actual explanation.
I haven't seen it yet.
Well, I won't say anything about it, but it's a lot better than the anime, which is literally like, I don't know.
Undying rage. That's how I can sum up
that
the
was kind of a bullshit.
Well, why'd you do it? I don't know.
Basically, he said he didn't know anymore.
I kind of forgot it this
point. Like, that's
pretty
still
sure
bullshit.
It's not the story. Like, you know, the whole I'm about it. They like become.
I know, that's in the main
Yeah.
series. I don't remember why I did.
Anime, we were talking about the Abridged series where things go. I know. Episode 9, that was fun. I'll leave it at that. Because they actually tried to imply the stuff from the manga and Reki's little one-shot that isn't even considered canon. Yet they do. It's like, the only thing I can just remember is hearing Kirito yelling, "Suck it, Rosalia," at the end. It's like, why with Asuna are you yelling about the Red Guild bait?
Because Kirito, in essence, is a fake flawed human being that is that petty.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
I'm hopefully not alone in this, and I'm pretty sure I'm not. Who else wants a true SAO game with an RPG element to it?
Oh, yes!
Yes, absolutely.
I'm guilty as charged on this.
Yeah, a lot of like Shattered Memories and A Lost Song, those are both okay, but not what they need for an SAO game.
I need a PlayStation 4.
It's not that great. Like, you can watch a video about it and still get the same fun.
I think I'm probably going to do the same thing. And
yeah,
I need to play Memory Deep.
Especially, what was the older one? Was that Lost Song or was that Shattered Memories?
Was it Hollow Real? No,
Hollow. Yeah, I think it was Hollow. That one was just total bullcrap. It was just, you played
Hello,
third
everybody.
person. The other one, the newer one, was a lot better because it at least gave you RPG elements that you could change out weapons and such. But they need to make a true one. They really do.
Yes, I agree 100%.
Especially when virtual reality actually becomes really true.
I mean, there's also the mobile phone game Memory Defrag.
Yeah.
I need to play that.
You know, I'm one of personally I'm waiting for cause I mean I'm sure everyone's waiting for it, but I can't wait till they come out with the real virtuality just like they show that in Sword Art Online.
Yeah, I know IBM was teasing it in Japan.
Yeah, they've been.
And only give it to like a very select few people.
I know, right? Like I kept reading about it, and I was like, I keep hearing them say expectations, saying that by like I read something that said by the time of 2020 they might actually be possible. I don't know if it's really
as I said, maybe demo it at the Tokyo Olympics. That's the thing.
Fair though, like having like a VR game about SAO would be like, I don't know, having a ship I mean, dude,
It's a
like,
double-edged sword. I'm aware of it, but I'm all for it.
Well, it's a great series. It's like, do we really want to like name our major VR seller after like a death game?
I'm
Yeah,
not
well,
really prepared
I
for
would
it,
risk
so
that.
if it happens,
People
it's
that
just kind of an
used it.
added bonus.
I would risk my life for that.
Hey, I think a lot of us would.
I
I'm,
probably would, but.
yes.
In your opinion, why is there such a huge divide between people who absolutely love the series and people who think it's the worst anime ever and it's ruining the culture and it's just absolute garbage? Why is there such a huge divide there?
That's what I was thinking.
It might be because a lot of people know that the series had a strong pickup and then it fell into the cliches of the harem and the writing going down the drain in ALO. So a lot of people might not be able to think past seeing the second arc and thinking that it's trash.
And it also might be that
I
they might
think-
have sold it too.
Yeah, I think a big thing is it's like one of the big things that's going on right now.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people that like a series that go like, oh, it was okay, but whatever.
You look at
like
the
go out of their way to effectively, excrement all over it because it is
Mhm.
comic. You're like, oh, you like it? It's so
Exactly.
generic, whatever. It's like effectively the same thing with Frozen, where it's like a lot of people hate Frozen just because it's so popular.
Yeah, I can see it there
The story
too.
was kind of
Yeah, like, 'cause I see it all the time, 'cause I'll be on an anime group on Facebook or something like that, and people just be tearing a new one. I'm just like, I understand, like, my thing is, like, I understand if it's not your favorite anime, even if you don't like it, everybody has different tastes, but
Exactly.
like, my whole thing, and like, especially, like, when I like to call them, like, anime purists, where
Mhm.
they're like, they like only the anime that had like 5 people that like that anime. And,
The ones
like,
that are into
like,
the bizarre things.
Exactly, like, they don't like anything, if there's anything that's mainstream, and then, like,
Yeah, you have the-
I ended up tearing someone a new one because they was sat there and talked about like mainstream anime and sort of was just another crap out there, and then started talking about Naruto, and I'm like, no, you know what? Like, these, like, I love Naruto, and I'm like, how could you love Naruto? Naruto's the epitome of mainstream anime, and then be like dissing on all the other ones. You either like it or
There's
don't.
like haters too,
Right.
that are just like, they hate people for the fact that they like all the mainstream anime.
I
Like,
know,
if you're not
that's
real
a
anime
big
lover, if you just like the
rip.
It needs to be
mainstream, that is a
untranslated.
lie.
It needs to be untranslated to be good, they say.
Yeah, I know, it's so annoying.
I
You get
know,
so
and then
much
there's
hate
the
for
argument
that.
of dub and sub, and
Every dub is
honestly,
terrible in every way. Like,
I am indifferent, yes.
The one anime that I will only listen to in dub and not sub is Soul Eater.
Soul Eater was actually pretty good.
I
Yeah.
don't
like the
say.
sub version of it, so actually good dub.
That's, yeah, I can see
Well,
that.
anything with Vicky Cock. I'm sorry.
Alright, yeah, Jay,
Yeah, I'd have to say that, even a true anime watcher is not gonna say one anime is horrible. Like, they'll say it, but they'll still give it a chance and still watch it.
Yes.
They won't go, it's automatically horrible, and then say, oh, I can't watch that because I believe that that's gonna be horrible no matter what. Like, truly for me, I'm not a big fan of Naruto and One Piece and such like that. Not because they're famous, but because they so many different seasons that make no sense to the story arc
Yes,
anymore.
I mean, I've
But
realized
besides that, I still watch it from time to time.
the
if it
problem
comes
with
up.
serial animes, because I used to watch Inuyasha.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I felt, I honestly gave Naruto a chance. It just, I could.
I liked the first season. Loved
I'll
it.
admit too, it was alright, but as I said, once they kept dragging things on, it's like DBZ syndrome.
Yeah.
That, and they put in so many filler episodes.
Alright,
That's
Rick in the
Yes.
corner?
Well, that's like,
Sometimes you have to
that's
wait
what
for manga
that's
to
what-
catch up.
I know.
Well, but as you can tell, I'm a One Piece
It's
fan,
better
obviously.
Right.
They do that,
But, yeah.
What drew me away from
Like,
One Piece is the godforsaken 4 Kids dub.
Oh.
Don't
4
bring more
Kids is
attention to it.
godforsaken dub of it.
Well, obviously, but I'd rather go with just an ongoing series rather than the whole contemporary 25 episode per season.
Yeah, for me-
That is ruining, yeah, that is ruining the story.
As-
Too exposition. Dead Man Wonderland, which never even made it to 2012 for some reason.
Yeah, Horomasuka was only 11 or 12.
Well, I think that's a weak. Everyone's I know who says I don't watch or I don't like One Piece is no, it's too long.
That's true.
That's not even an
That is so
argument.
true.
It's just you being lazy.
Alrighty.
I've actually seen a video on what makes One Piece so great in regards to because it's so long. The world that they are in is so vast, and the characters that are within it are so broad-ranging that you can't really get bored of it easily.
Right.
There's always something new, exciting, flashy, every arc.
You also have to be careful because even with One Piece, people also get bored for the fact that sometimes it's just way too goofy. And like nobody
Yes.
takes the characters seriously. And like sometimes you actually get that seriousness, which you actually really like because the characters actually get like really sincere about stuff. And then it's just like, oh, the feels, man.
Right.
The feels.
There's only two things I dislike about One Piece though. The super long, 3-minute long intro.
True.
And
The only thing 4Kids did right was the opening, even if it was botched animation and censorship.
The
I'm
other
like
thing I
the
dislike
minority.
is like I do like the animations, but some fights are just super
Right.
drawn out.
Well, hey, at least
Can we get at least back to track on SAO a bit? I know
Oh, yeah,
I was
okay.
gonna need to say that when we segued off. I do apologize. If there's any other questions in regards, in even thoughts on the series that you'd like to share?
I actually have a different question, and maybe you can answer this stuff. Where can I find a phone variation of Boston Sword? Do you have any idea? What?
I know when I was at Anime North, they had a vendor that did it.
Because it's so rare, because I know it's probably harder because the handle,
Is
you know what I mean,
curved,
is
yes.
more flimsy, where these are easier because you're not gonna break it on accident.
Mhm.
But the thing is, I mean, I know we can find a metal one, but obviously you can't.
Can't
that
bring them to
any-
cons,
Yeah,
no.
exactly. Only con that you can
As
bring
I
a metal
said.
one to is like Rock-Con, for example.
When I was in Toronto for Anime North, a vendor actually had them.
I see, okay. Because I went to Anime North too, but maybe they sold out of them, I don't know.
It might have been, yes?
Is there a good picture to get up on the internet for the new sword?
I haven't even seen or heard anything yet in regards to that.
Because I really want to make the new one, but I can't find any good reference pictures for it yet.
I mean, that's how I feel. I'm in the dark too about it. It's like, where is it? All right.
So one of the things I will say that drew me to Sword Art first, I will say, and this is one of the things I felt like the first art broke a trope for me, was the fact that the romance wasn't long building for like forever. They just
Nope.
realized that they were into each other, and then it was just that was it.
Yes.
And
Party
that was,
members
thank
and then
God,
love.
stop. Because here's the thing, a lot of animes, it would be like a lot of people that produce animes are afraid because they don't know what to do after the couple gets together. Like they have no idea. They're like, it's like, you know, the
They're together and it just,
like
That's
Well,
it.
to think about it, they had a life and death situation that kind of builds up a lot of emotion.
Most
Mhm.
animes are though, and like how many times do you have?
He's about to die, and then she comes in and saves his ass.
yeah,
Just
jumps
for-
in. It's
It's
like,
just upsetting because it's like they end up together and it's like, it kind of just
Oh, I know.
Like,
you
how
know,
much
just
did like?
plateaued after that. It
Yeah,
was
it's
like,
like they get together finally, and you're just like, oh yes, but
Cabin
then
in the
we get
Woods.
to like the other seasons or
And
like
then
the
it's
second
like-
season.
It's like they
and
get
it's like, oh, they're
sidetracked.
still there, but he's talking to so many other girls at the same
his
time.
I
So
know.
it's just like,
and
cousin.
he's got shit
That- he
on,
didn't
practically
even mean to
always
do
on
that.
top
I
of
need
all.
a scene on cosplayer.
She-
I'm like, I
she was
knew
the
there was
only
one
reason.
yesterday.
Yeah.
I couldn't find her. I'm like, eh.
I do have a picture.
Aw, nice.
But she
Like, I don't-
technically engaged that more than he did, because he technically didn't know what was happening, even
But
though
she
that was
knew
the
what she
stupid
was
boy.
doing,
Yeah,
you
even though that
know?
was the stupid boy syndrome right there.
If you,
Yeah.
I know at my panel on LGBT representation in anime, I mentioned that this representation, kind of they played it as a joke, mainly because character model looks so feminine, it's like,
I have to say, the first time that you saw Gun Gal Online and Kirito
Everybody
coming
thought
into
he was a
it.
girl, there's a
Yeah,
rumor.
that was like, I was just like, you could clearly tell he's kind of a dude, but she sees it as a girl, but okay.
I'll admit, I thought Kirito was a girl too.
There was rumors going around.
Okay, I got someone in the back.
Yeah, am I the one who thinks it was kind of a cheap shot to give Kirito a lightsaber, and yet they're going out of their way to not call it a lightsaber?
Yes.
It looks like a lightsaber. And
Call
it
it
sounds
one.
like a lightsaber, but it's just a sword.
beam sword, probably to avoid Lucas arts and
Copy
Lucas
road.
sue their ass. Alright.
The rest of Lucas.
Okay. Next question?
Yeah, I mean, following up on that, I also thought it was like pretty, like, you know, effectively, I don't know, in my opinion, stupid that, because
They played that.
because when I
Yeah.
started watching this series, I heard about Gun Gale Online and like way advanced, I'm like, and like I'm in the middle of like, you know, the first arc, so I'm like, wow, like, you know, Kirito's basically gonna be doing like Call of Duty and stuff, it's gonna be pretty neat, like, it'll be like, it won't be just fantasy stuff, I mean,
Yeah.
he'll be running around with a rifle and all this other stuff, and I get to, I'm like,
Sword?
what's
5'7"?
yeah, it
That's
just
all you
happens
get?
to have a super competitive Call of Duty thing, has a neat system that allows you to see bullets coming just
And
for the
didn't he-
people.
Didn't he
Yeah,
say that?
just for Kirito to block bullets and stuff.
Kirito.
Didn't he say that it was a gamer for gun gameplay before he was a Sword Art player? Like in the
No.
first, I thought it was like a branching story arc with him and
He used to do kendo.
Yeah, but he went to gaming, and he said
Yes.
that he was more gun gameplay, something like that. I forgot it was
I just-
specifically.
I felt like that it was.
They really didn't elaborate on what games he played, to be honest.
I just think that in many ways, like, they could have had a better, they could have done more with that, like.
Yeah,
like,
balance the
call
system.
Make Kirito break away from his comfort zone and do something relatively.
Yes,
different,
I kind of
essentially
felt that too. It's like,
exactly the same as the other seasons, except.
Don't be
it's a
cheap.
lightsaber now.
What's the sniper's name? I always forget.
Xenon.
Xenon. With Xenon, if she wasn't in Gun Gale Online, like she didn't play a part in that, I think he would have chosen Sniper probably.
I agree. I mean, I feel
To be
like there should have been
super accurate.
another male character instead of Xenon at times.
Also, why did she disappear after Gun Gale Online?
She shows up.
She has a
little
line.
bit.
Yeah, that one, oh yeah, by the way,
Yeah,
that
she's the
arc
only one
between
actually
the last
has a
arc with Cancer Girl
And the movie.
and then there's that really useless, like, 3-episode, I don't know, what was it, the sword, something about the sword.
Yeah.
That was Klein's, like,
Klein's-
big moment, it was like 3 episodes.
For
Yeah,
me,
he said
that
it's
was
screwed,
kind of
but she was
boring
in there,
because
too.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Emmett, and then after that, she's gone.
Well, they
And
also
it's
kind of,
Xenon's
ended
like,
it
bye.
with The rest of the harem.
Yeah, they just kept Asuna after
It's
that.
like,
She wasn't even in the
how many
background.
girls?
I know it's kind of sad because
I mean, she was like in one episode afterwards, and then the last episode after that. and-
Like,
everybody's
Reba, she
there.
doesn't show
We're
up
all
either.
happy.
Yeah. Still the saddest moment of Sword Art.
I know. Tear jerked me.
What do you think of diversifying from the source material? So, like, I don't know if any of you guys have read the light novels, but what do you think? Do you think it should just be like a blatant retelling of the story? Because I know people have said things, same idea with like books and movies. Oh, the book is way better than the movie, but then you have a book. There's literally the movie come out and people say, oh, it was just like it. Why would I watch one or read? Why would I do both when I could just do one or the other? So, what's your opinion on that?
I think if you do it right and take the correct liberties, an anime can be more fun than the novels. And I'm reading the light novels and picking up things that I missed or retcon from the anime.
Kind of a tangent, but like Brotherhood, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, that was so much better than the standard one. And then if you think about it, the manga, when they did true to the manga with Brotherhood, and if you watch the Brotherhood anime, you really didn't need to read the manga too much.
Yes.
Because it didn't change it too much.
That's kind of exactly how Isao feels with the first season. It's like just like the anime.
The anime and the light novels are intertwined, but once you get to Halo, it starts getting tropey and off the rail.
It's completely different. But then go back to Gun Gale, and it's like pretty much the same again. So I wasn't even sure if I should read the light novels because it's like they diversify and then they go right back to it, and then they're there again and then they're gone.
The last novel I've gotten to is Alicization. I just started
I need to
reading
get to that, yeah.
And I'm just thinking, oh yeah, Caliber's in between Mother's Rosario and Alicization. That's kind of my flaw because I keep forgetting the name of the arc with Klein in it because that never held my attention.
I fully agree.
Yeah.
Right.
Not Excalibur, I mean, Excalibur was what Kirito ended up getting at the end of ALO. The almighty
Well, I mean,
gods.
technically he didn't have it. He just kind of like he
God.
was
He sold it
there.
and gave it to the other.
Here, take it, and I'm
basically,
gonna
like, I'm
wreck
gonna give
you.
the best sword in the game and still beat you like 7 days to Sunday because I can't.
It was sick.
If we could cut out the first 5 minutes of that scene and then just have that part, that would have been cool.
Yes. Oh God, now I don't even want to think about it because there was a reason why I didn't watch Extra Edition. Anyone want to fill me in on that if you've seen it?
What is that, the hour-long movie one?
Yeah, the one where they go swimming.
Oh, yeah.
I
saw
that.
I watched it. It was interesting, but...
I seen it, I kind of dismissed it, so I'm...
It was interesting the fact that they thought it would be good enough to call it SAO. Because, like, it could have been a totally different story arc for a lot of different people. But they were like,
Exactly. Okay.
With that, it's literally just like, hey, if it's been like forever and you don't want to rewatch like 2 entire seasons of like material.
It's basically a
to, like,
clip show
catch up,
for the first part.
It's like a recap.
Yeah, it really
That's
was.
all it was a
literally
clip
him
show.
explaining what happened over the last 2 seasons.
And it gave him, like, major PTSD
With
during that
new-
entire thing.
Oh, no. Alrighty.
Yeah, they, like, that drove me insane, because then when I watched it, I expected really a lot more new material, and I was just like, this is like watching
The clip show.
The clip show, but with commentary from the cast, instead of having cause you know how like in movies of like director's edition where they'll have like the actors doing it? But no, it's like the characters commenting on the
Characters
past, and it's
talking
just like-
about their own
and,
show.
like, and it's just like, oh man, like you could have done something new with it or done something, and the only thing you got at the end was like, it was basically Kirito about to answer the phone, which was gonna be starting the whole gun gale situation. And
Yeah,
that was like,
I remember I seen the 5-minute clip for that. It's like, wow. Anything else from us? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, this may be unpopular, but I might like the only one that I thought ALO was better than ALO was better than Gun Gale. Not because of all the stuff we don't like to talk about, but at least that it got started a lot quicker as compared to Gun Gale, which she spent about 6 episodes going like, oh my goodness, what is going on? There's a guy killing people in Gun Gale. What could
I
possibly
can
be?"
give you credit for that because, I mean, it's just so ridiculous that you could just put his usual screen name in, pick his race, because if anyone's seen SAO on crack, the gap is you keep trying to put it in, but it keeps telling them that the users take it.
But I would have to say that with that one, with that question,
Definitely.
with the if you take away
Mhm.
the horribleness of the story arc for ALO, or
It could, I
Like
think
it
it could be
potentially,
better.
but I think the storyline for Gun Gale was a lot better, just
Yes.
because it was more scarier, because you didn't know what the hell was happening. with
Yeah.
him. Rather than he has to find Asa.
Gun Gale is great. It's just it's hard to get through just because like I mean it's a big thing
Stuff
like
I talked about.
wasted opportunities because it basically Kirito does exactly the same type of character he is in everything instead of like trying to do something new. Pet peeve. I mean some people like Kirito the way he is. And
Well,
that's
if you
fine.
think about it, gamers are
And
like
the
that.
extremely horrible slow pacing. That I mean, it took him like 5 episodes before he even like
Does
actually
a thing.
plays the game in any way.
Mm.
And even then, it's like, oh, you're gonna do this like like Western shootout thing to get like $1 bajillion, and that's the entire episode.
Oh,
And so
God.
finding Death Gun.
Not trying to get good at the game. Alright.
Alright, I'm gonna say I like Gun Gale because Death Gun is a very intimidating villain. However, I'm gonna give a very unpopular opinion, which is why I'm right next to the door here, is that Oberon is one of the greatest villains ever.
No!
Because if you hate a person so much, you just want to kill him to the screen. If he is able to get all this hate out of you, get you emotionally involved, he is a good villain. And thank you.
Okay,
And this proves he is one of the best because
I
he
think-
was able to get a lot of people angry.
I know.
Yeah, I mean,
Build up
you're
heat.
supposed to hate Oberon.
That's why he was designed to basically be nuclear level heat.
Yeah, he deserves basically to be beaten to death with like a sack full of like dead batteries. That's.
A brick, come on, it's that easy.
I even use butter.
Oh.
A stick of butter.
yeah, cause I mean, part of it was, you started out with the first villain being like someone you really honestly, you don't really don't understand, but you don't hate him at the end, like you, like.
Don't hate him because he
you
just
don't
wanted
hate
to
him.
recreate his
like-
past.
Like, you, like, because of the fact that characters had mixed feelings about what they were put through, yes, they don't like that everyone died, but you have sort of brought them also a lot of happiness too. You can't hate Kaiba in the end, not like pure, like you can say, like, you definitely know he's a villain, but I think there's definitely some confusion, and the fact that he kind of, he even evolves and like how it later helps Kirito, like it was one of those
Yes.
situations like
That is
And to be honest,
Avatar from Beyond was like Kirito.
where they were in the game, I don't remember what floor
Floors.
they ended. What was it, 70 something?
It was
75.
75.
Yeah, 75. They had, like, what, 1,000 people that were still left in the army to fight?
It's 6,000. 10,000 people went in, 6,000 came out.
Well, in the army itself.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah,
they
in
had done-
the.
About 14 to 1,500.
Yeah, and there was no way they would have finished that. Like,
Oh, yeah.
to give it to them, they got really high, but if Kirito didn't somehow realize, well, he didn't somehow, it was blatantly obvious, somehow realize who Kaiba was and do that entire thing, I think he should have left Kirito there, because 12 more episodes of Sword Art Online would have been amazing. I would have
Yes.
loved that.
Continuing the Aincrad arc, which when they did Ordinal Scale, they actually tried to
It
show
could
it
have
was
gone.
true
It
ending.
could have been a good story arc though, because like
Yes.
you knew who the major villain was. Do that.
Major villain and trying to not expose him.
Mhm.
Then it would get a little tropey as you would be played, kind of like prolonging the inevitable.
Still.
Could have made him like the mud of SAO.
Or if you had like 10 people left at the boss battle, that would have been a cool ending.
Mhm.
Rather than
Yeah,
they're like,
down
oh,
to the
yours-
last little handful of people.
Mhm.
Oh, I see a hand in the back. It might have been just me. Sorry.
No.
Okay, just making sure.
So two things. First, going off of what was just being talked about with how SAO ended on floor 75 rather than floor 100. Was anyone like, did that feel super anticlimactic at the time? I mean, I know it was a big,
Yes.
climactic fight, but like, when they were just like, oh yeah, 75 and you'll meet me on floor 100, like, it just felt like, why couldn't this been maybe even like floor 89 or something that's not like,
Yeah.
you're only 3/4 through the game. Like,
Yes.
You know, I would say that I kind of liked it for that reason. What I say is like I wanted more Aincrad because it obviously
Yes.
best season ever.
Of
However,
course.
I'm glad that they surprised me instead of having like you knew that it was about to get to floor 100. So like if it would have been too like you knew what was gonna happen. But I like the fact that they ended at 75, not even close, because the whole idea like they're playing up what he is. So many people were dying in that boss fight. They lost like what? How many people? Like
No, I thought it was higher than that.
I think it was higher than that.
Probably around
Because it was
30
20s.
maybe.
But they lost a ton of people in that fight, and you gotta think, like, okay, so let's say there's 1,000 to 1,500 people in the lead crew. If they're losing that amount of people per fight, and the bosses are getting harder, the escalation, we're talking about, we're talking about an exponential increase in deaths as it goes on, unless the 75th is because it's like 3/4, it's like a especially hard boss.
Mhm.
Unless that was the case, you're talking like, if
He
the
was an
deaths kept
amazing
going,
boss.
Right.
if the deaths kept going up, we're talking about like eventually losing hundreds, and they just don't got that kind of numbers to be able to fight that.
And we don't want to drag any of the players who are hesitant to fight, because that was one thing Ordinal Scale mentioned about was one guy in the guild wanting his dead, I think, were they in a relationship before?
Actually, that's the saddest moment.
I know.
Those black cats.
Just knowing, not the one with black cats, but the guy who was trying to pull the strings for Ordinal Scale,
Oh, no, I was
who was like number 2 of that.
Just in first season.
And I'd say the worst thing is just Asuna pretending like nothing ever happened. I mean, but as I said, that's kind of gaslighting things a bit right there, because there's a reason why. I know, I can see why they were trying to do it, but some people, I mean, it's kind of hard to try to downplay PTSD or something, so I'm not gonna try to explain it, because I know I'm gonna say something wrong and offend somebody who might be triggered.
And then there was my other thing I actually was just thinking in my head. So since Akihiko Kaiba was the final boss, and he fought him on floor 75, and he fought him in a one-on-one duel, I'm really curious, was he going to power himself up and give him this, like, similar to, like, boss fights, you fight the one person, then all of a sudden, like, this isn't even my final form, and they become this weird monster thing, like, was he gonna turn into a monster? 'Cause honestly, imagine, like, all the people they had left, maybe like 1,000 people left, let's say, estimate maybe they only had, like, I don't know, even 100 left when they got to the final floor, fighting one guy, and Kirito almost beat him alone. Like,
Yeah,
what was his plan here? It's like, floor 99, this boss is like impossible, and then, oh yeah, we have to fight one guy. This is fun.
I found that a little flawed, and I
Yes.
think that the fact that they didn't really elaborate on the, like the level thing, like, oh, it's gonna get harder.
Yes,
We're gonna need
it-
more stronger people.
it doesn't
and
make
all of a
sense,
sudden,
'cause sometimes-
he
it
uses
would've
that one
been-
guy, and, oh, he wins, but
Difficult.
it's
I think they
supposed to
would've
be
done
that
the one-on-one,
impossible
though.
level.
It kind of feels like whose line is it anyway with the floors.
I think they would have done the one-on-one though, like bring your strongest competitor, whoever.
Exactly. No
Maybe
time.
they
I
would've,
feel
like,
that's-
Kaibar would have baited Kirito out with something.
Yeah.
I think with that, like, I mean, the only reason he technically beat him was because, like, he stabbed him and, like, effectively he, hacks him on instead of Kaiba when he's, like,
As I said, Kirito uses Undying Rage.
So,
Yeah.
basically that
But he doesn't even do Undying Rage, he comes back to life for a minute
Yeah.
seconds and then kills him.
Well-
Just because he killed Asuna. Which
Yep.
somehow Asuna got away from the paralyzation. Somehow.
How?
But that's the thing,
That's
like, I think
why
that-
I'm scratching my
That's
head.
for her to know, like. I think
Okay.
She's never able to do that ever
I
again.
do have a theory on why he didn't die right away when Kaiba killed her. I think it's because Kirito made him swear to make sure Asuna cannot die
Mm-hmm.
from suicide. I think that applies to his invulnerability altogether. So I think he did that immediately, and then that. So even though it kind of destroyed her body from the Matrix, it kept her mind intact and didn't activate the chip to eradicate her brain or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it could have had to do with something with Kaiba coming out and revealing his identity.
Putting a delay in and
Maybe it was
allowing.
that 5-minute rule thing to go with it, like they didn't know when it was.
Yeah, with the revive item, or maybe he handed the keys off to Nobuyuki
Well, you know what I think?
to her brain.
I-
Okay.
I was just gonna say, what's his name in the second part of the
Nobuyuki.
with him trying to marry Asuna.
Yes, that's why I said let's not go there, please.
Yeah.
No.
That he probably had some part to play.
Yeah, with
surviving.
working
Yeah,
as a mole.
definitely is true.
That's the best theory I've got. Alrighty.
With my spiel about the whole 12 more episodes of Dying Grad would be amazing, I think they could have easily done how rushed that fighting sequence was when he was arguing with Asuna not to really talk back and he's actually gonna fight this dude one-on-one. That would have been a good 10-minute session of a life battle right there if it had been a one-on-one fight later on. If the 100th level boss was a one-on-one and he volunteered and she wanted not him to do that, would have been a good episode. Right there.
Yes, having that conflict where both of them are discussing it.
I think a lot of that is the fact that, Ricky Karahara might very well, I'm done with this arc, I want to do other stuff.
Yes.
He went with, I want to do AOL now, 475. Is there anything really about the higher level floors? We basically got a one-on-one fight with Kaiba anyway, so I can kind of actually see why they decided 475. Maybe I had too many fours when I first started this, and other than the one-on-one fight with Kaiba, I guess you could see that he didn't really have anything else to add. About it couldn't be later on. It's this happened in 433 or whatever. When
All
he
the
does-
jumping
when
on
he
the
goes back
floors
to,
wasn't
the
making
original
sense to
thing.
me at all sometimes.
I can actually see why he
Alright, I'll just wait.
I know a lot of people complain because they all feel like Sword Art skipped a lot, but part of the reason I know as well is because I like to read the Wikipedia page and all that kind of stuff a lot, but I
Me
know
too.
part of it is he actually was kind of constricted to only writing so many pages. 'Cause he was
I know
writing
it was
for a
originally for a
contest.
contest, which he wanted to do back in 03. But I was like, oh, it's still too long. That's why he wrote Axel World, and when that one in 09, it's like, okay, time to make SAO then again. Almost 12 years later. Alright, does anybody else have any more questions? Okay.
I think I looked it up. There's one thing I really have to comment on. Why would, this is on the author's part. I don't know, I can't remember his name, but
Right,
why
yeah,
did
right.
what's Kirito's cousin/sister name? What's the name again? I can't-
Leafut or Suga.
Sugi. Yeah, Sugi. Okay, why would you name Kirito's adoptive sister Sugi and then name the villain Sugo? That just confuses
Yeah,
me.
it's like one letter off.
It's name mechanics, because in Japan they use last name first name last. Sugo would be his last name, his first name's Nobuyuki.
Well, yeah.
And Kirigaya is Kirito and Sugo's last name, so it's all down to naming mechanics.
I know, but there's one thing I really did love about Gun Gale was the twist at the end where,
Her crazed stalker.
yeah, her
I
crazy
didn't-
stalker
I
is
didn't like that.
this like very laid back kind of guy, and he turns out to be like this creepy, murderous.
Drug thing.
See,
That's a bullet name.
I never liked that.
As I
but
said,
I'm
an electrode was the only thing that saved him.
that was bold. Okay, in my opinion, I expected him to die there.
In Alicization, okay, I'm not even gonna spoil that for light novel
Yeah.
readers.
I've not.
What starts Alicization?
I just think like try to tackle him, and then he gets like he
Gets-
gets like
he's-
countered really easy.
Yeah.
And he starts beating he just starts beating the crap out of him like right away.
And Kirito is so much more powerful than that scrawny kid. Come on.
Exactly.
And he just, yeah,
It's so bizarre to think that. Is there anything else we want to talk about? If not, I mean, you've been a very good audience, and I really do enjoy the participation and open discussion. So thanks, everyone. I'm glad for the cosplayers that did come and join in with the photo shoot before we began. So if we don't have anything else to discuss, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cool.